Hello, good morning, and welcome to the channel. I just want to talk about two tools that are good benefits to any investor, especially longer term investors. And I'm going to chat about them two things. And the two things that I'm going to talk about is dividend snowballing, and the other thing is rank cost averaging. Rank cost averaging, or obviously you can put your currency in there, like dollar cost averaging, pound cost averaging. It's the same thing. Okay, so and then I'm going to put out other videos on explaining basics, like, for example, what is an ETF, what is a all of these different things. I'm going to explain these things to you guys. And if you guys can think of anything else that you'd like me to speak of, some people ask me to speak on individual shares. I'll try to get as much information as I can on them for you. If you want me to speak about anything, the two-pot system that's come into South Africa recently, anything you want me to try and explain to you, I'll do that. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about is dividends. So dividends is a reason why most people invest. Not everyone. You get some people who don't like dividends, but dividends for me and for many other people. By the way, there's a disclaimer: I'm not a financial advisor, so don't take this as financial advice. I call it more common sense, but you can obviously see for yourself. So dividends, the nice thing about dividends is when you see dividends coming into your account. So obviously you have to hold the share, what they call the last trading day and the ex-dividend date. So if you're holding the share on the last trading day, it goes ex-dividend on that day, and then, for example, then the company pays out the dividend in probably like another week or 2 weeks from then. Okay, but so dividends, for me, it's always nice to see that dividends coming through. I saw there was 2 dividends came through this morning, which is always nice to see. Dividends coming in. It's a share of the profits of the company. So in other words, the company makes X amount of profit. A portion of that they pay out as a dividend for rewarding shareholders for holding the shares and for investing in their company. Because when you own a share or a stock, it is a very small part of that company. So dividend snowballing is what they call reinvesting your dividends. So in other words, that dividend you get from that stock, you would then pay that money in. Some companies have automatic funds for that. They're called DRIPs, dividend reinvestment plans, or you can do it manually. I know with, for example, unit trusts and ETFs, you can actually say you want the dividends reinvested, and they do that automatically for you. And even with your brokerage account, you can do that. But you can actually do it yourself. You can actually say, right, okay, get them dividends, okay, and I'm going to buy more shares in that company. Obviously, when you start off, you're getting a small amount of dividend, for example, in a very low figure. But you'll see over time, especially if the company increases the dividend, you get a higher and higher dividend. And eventually you can actually, if you start early enough and over a period of time, you can actually get enough money from dividends, if you've invested enough, to actually retire and actually live off dividends, or use dividends to pay part of your living expenses. So yeah, dividend reinvesting is a wonderful thing, and you'll see without reinvesting your dividends, you'll see growth on the share, but you'll actually see with reinvesting the dividends, you'll look at plus minus doubling your return. So dividend reinvesting is well worth it. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is rand cost averaging, or dollar cost averaging, or your currency cost averaging. Okay. So with rand cost averaging, how it works is you pay in regular amounts, say monthly amount, into a share or a stock or a unit trust or an ETF, Okay, so what then happens is the price, if you, for example, pay in when the stock market is down, and then if you play in a lump sum when the stock market is down, and then it rebounds and comes up and soars, then obviously you're going to make money. But sometimes when you want to put money into the market has risen. The market usually over time goes up, but it doesn't go up in a straight line. It goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So basically, if rank cost averaging actually helps with risk, because what happens is if you pay X amount of money per month into your investments, then what happens is, say it's a unit trust, or even if it's a share, it's the same thing. If you buy shares of, for example, Coca-Cola or one of the local shares on the JSE, even if you pay money in every month, no matter what, if the price goes up, the price goes down, you'll see over time, even if you start when the market's very high and you have a correction or a crash, then what happens is, if the market drops, then you actually buy more shares the following month. Your shares that you bought the first month will be worth a little bit less, but then you buy shares the next month. Maybe it goes down further, you buy more shares the next month. Then it goes down further, you buy more shares. But because you're buying monthly, you haven't got the mindset, like, you don't try and time the market, because if you try and time them, if the share price falls, then you think, okay, all right, now I'm going to buy the share because now it's fallen. But the share could fall more. The share could go up. You don't know. So rank cost averaging, you pay a regular amount every month. And I saw this when I started paying into a unit trust, which I've been paying in for now 2 years, is when I started, after I started paying in, the market did come down a little bit, but then obviously it started to pick up again. And after a year, after 2 years, then you actually, you're doing well. You're looking at a good profit on what you've paid in. So it's definitely well worth it. That's how you grow your money, by just not trying to time the market, because you might sell too early, you might buy too late, you might sell too late, it's very difficult to try and time the market, because even the experts, if you look at the experts, the one is saying the market is going to crash, the next is saying the market's going to go up 50%. So you can't really predict the market. No one can predict the market. But over time, you can say, I don't know what the market's going to do in a week. But 5 years from now, it's almost certainly that the market will be higher than it is now. 10 years from now, it'll be even higher than that. If you actually look at the S&P, if you buy at the highest price it was in any time, usually in 10 years later, even accounting for market crashes, you'll actually have made a profit even if you put a lump sum in at the worst possible time. But rank cost averaging sort of balances out your investment by actually buying more units if the price dips, and then you buy less units if the price goes up. But over time, as the price dips and goes up, you'll accumulate more units than you would have done if you put usually a lump sum, unless your timing is perfect, which no one's is. So there's nothing wrong with also putting in a lump sum and putting a so say, for example, you say, okay, put a 5,000 rand lump sum, plus then put, say, 1,000 rand a month or 500 rand a month or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that as well, So rank cost averaging really helps, but you growing over time. It's like if I compare it to gardening. If you plant a little seed, You can't just go out in a week's time or the next day and say, right, where's this thing now? Where's this tree? No, that seed grows. It starts to grow underground. It takes a couple of days to start growing. Then, with watering and care, it starts to grow slowly over time. Then you'll see it comes up. Maybe after a month, 2 months, you'll see it's above ground. Then you keep caring for it. Then maybe after 2 years, it starts to, maybe if it's a fruit tree or a vegetable, you'll see benefit. Then you start to reap benefits from it. So that's similar to dividends. So you'll start to reap a benefit from it. But if you let it grow over time, that small little seed could grow into a huge tree. And for example, let's say it's a lemon tree. Then you might start from very small. You'll grow into a huge lemon tree with the thousands of lemons. So you need to grow. You need to be patient with the stock market. You need to not be spooked out of your investments. There's a lot of noise about in the marketplace about this share's too high, this one is thingy. I'm sure that I look at and I actually see that the share, I'm not going to even mention the name, but I actually see this share's undervalued at current valuations. But some people are trying to talk it up, some people are trying to talk it down. But yeah, over time you'll see that will actually grow, and then you'll see the benefits. You might see some benefits look soon, but maybe not. But give it time. 5 years, 10 years from now, you'll see the benefits of being patient and riding out the cycles, the ups and the downs of the stock market. So yeah, that's what I can say to you. And yeah, if you do both, you reinvest your dividends, you do your own cost averaging, and there's other things we can do, but I'm going to talk about that in the future. But anything that you need me to do, anything you want me to talk about, please let me know. Retirement, anything about finance, anything about the stock market, please let me know. And please like and subscribe to my channel. And I'd like to put at least 2 videos out every week. And yeah, please, I want your comments, and I want you guys to tell me what you think and what you would like me to speak about. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.